Let me cool me. Do my best. But let me cool me. And you? This shit crazy. LOL. Hold on, Ara. Oh. All right. Finally, bro, I was having problems. Greetings, peace, everybody. Hiyoko, Giantamo, Elito, hello, uh, everything. Peace. Thank you all for tuning in to the panel. Y'all boys, thank y'all for tuning in and waiting on me while I was doing my best to get these devices right. If you are listening, and if you are or will be a future listener, I do apologize for the link that I sent you originally. It isn't working. Being that for some odd reason, every device shut down, and the video that I had planned for you, I now had to chop it up, put it on Facebook, and pray that it worked because we don't know what's going on. So if you in the chat, show some love, leave a comment, please leave a like, and share this video with one person because this video is going to be what everyone needs. And the reason I say that is because of this. You can hear me say it, right? And a lot of people hear me say it, they say, oh, he's just saying it. But I actually found the video. And in this video is someone that's enrolled and he's explaining some things about the clan system. And as he's explaining these things about the clan system, he starts to admit some things. Now, us that know will see the two things that he admitted. And those of you who don't, you will start to understand more, though, how these things work. So you may not get what others may get, but you'll get something that's very valuable. So if you on a platform, how y'all doing today? Cuz, Crane, and Reem,
Yo,
players.
what's up, family?
Yoko Koni, Yoko, what's going on, family?
Everything, Nietzsche, I'm good. I
Hey,
just
hey,
saying like, go ahead, cuz I'm
I'm about
tripping,
to say
bro.
that's
All
your
my
dog in the back.
devices shut down.
That's your dog
Let
in the
me
back, Morgan.
let me view if that's still playing. I thought I shut that down a long time ago. Uh, all that poster got stopped. I don't know what
No,
was
it stop.
playing.
It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. I just been
All right,
tripping.
nah. I must have played one as I was trying to exit out of it, right. So let me try to get to screen share to see if they'll let me play this video. Because I get a lot of questions about the clan system. You know, people want to know who they have to go to, right? Should they go to this Cherokee or this Cherokee, or should they go to this nation or this nation? And if they don't have a clan, how does this work? So, I guess, let's keep it all the way. People still it's still that it's a lot of people don't have like they say like the confidence, right, to teach certain things. That's why they're students, and I definitely respect it. So being a teacher,
Thank you.
I'm gonna show them something that's is similar to what I said, but again, it comes from
That was
somebody
yours.
that's
Puppy.
enrolled
Yeah.
in Oklahoma, right? So
That
mute
damn
up for
duck.
me, mute up for me, mute up for me. If you y'all can hear me, mute up for me. Uh, Let me see if I can do this real quick. Hold on.
These clans, starting out with red paint, deer, wolf, long hair, bird clan, blue clan, and also wild potato.
Hold on for such playing weird. I'm telling you, all my devices are playing weird. Hold on.
Each one of these clans were given down or passed down within families from mother to child. We were a matrilineal society, not a patriarchal society, but matrilineal, and not matriarchal as well. Matriarchal and matrilineal are two different things. Matrilineal means that you get your bloodline and your family from your mother's side. Yes, you are directly related to your father's family as well, but they are your relatives, but they're not your blood relatives.
Hold on. Since this is playing like trash, I don't like it. Let me go get my other phone to see if I can make it play through the phone as the video play. That way it can make more sense. It can be more comprehensible. One moment. Hold on. All right, I just grabbed the other phone. One moment. So let me prove my point about the weird shit before I begin. While I go back on my Facebook on the phone, the videos I uploaded, not uploaded no more. This shit is fucking insane, bro. Every device is playing with me right now. So let me put this here and play the and let this play off, and then I'll go check to see what's
Your father's
actually
side
wrong, because
was improved.
this isn't making any sense. Hold on. Let me mute this. Let me mute this. Okay, here we go. If there was a white or a European woman that wanted to marry, same thing with those women. If there was a white or a European woman that wanted to marry a Cherokee man, and she wanted to be a part of this family and a part of this community and so on and so forth, she would have been absorbed into a clan just as well. But they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to participate in these things. They didn't want to be considered Indian in any way, shape, or form. And in fact, probably liked the idea of hiding the fact, or the fact that they would marry folks who were already mixed so that they could pretend that they were actually native people. They were something else. And so it was that point that it stopped. That it didn't stop. It just, the system began to break down. Same thing with those women. If there was a white or a European, same thing with
These
those
clans,
women.
starting out
If
with
there was a white or a
paint,
European woman.
year,
So
wolf,
what he was explaining there is he's
okay,
talking about the
hurricane,
clan system and how it started to
blueprint,
deteriorate. And in it,
potato.
hold on, this is still playing. I'm telling you, they are messing
Clan,
with each
break it
device.
down,
These people trying to
ask
get me. They're really trying to get me. This is fucking insane, bro. I don't get it. I literally just uploaded these videos. Then they don't show, and then now they're speaking like robots. So I'll just put it this way, right? So JP Johnson is actually enrolled Cherokee. And what he was explaining to people was a few things. He was explaining that the clan system began to deteriorate for a few reasons. Now, a few of those reasons are this. One, you had men who were Cherokee or who claimed to be Cherokee say that well, they were marrying white men, well, white women, right? So these white women weren't participating in ceremony. So that started to deteriorate the clan system. He then goes on to explain that there are black people who stopped being a part of the clan system because they were ashamed and afraid to say that they were Indian or that they were Cherokee. So that also started to deteriorate the clan system. So he basically was explaining, he said, well, basically if there's a woman and she's not Cherokee, but she's pregnant by a Cherokee man, if she wanted to be a part of the community, she can actually get adopted and have that baby and then that baby would be a part of that clan or continuing those traditions. So the clan system, as he considered it, and as it's crazy, I gotta say he because we've considered it right, foolproof, right, or damn near foolproof. So when you say, "Well, damn, I don't know my clan," that's okay. Why? Because if you want to be a part of that community, there are ceremonies, dances, songs, medicines, and rituals that you have to go through, but you can become part or one with those particular families. So this is nothing new. This is nothing made up. This is the ancient way, right? Who is that? Who is that? Please mute, please for me. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. All right, so we back. All right, so now with hold on one moment. I have to do this. Sorry, one moment. All right. So with that being said, because I don't know, come on now, right? I'm already having an issue with devices. If you're gonna come in, please come in on mute. I'm already feeling some type of way. There's no way I got two phones, laptop, iPad, everything is fucking up. So if any all the little glitchy shit, I'm not going for it today. Thank you. Now with that being said, right? The issue that people have today, they'll say, well, damn, my family said but I don't have the paper. And I always ask, whose paperwork don't you have? What are you looking for specifically that says that you're indigenous, that you can take back to these people, that you can get something back if you're looking to get something back? Or if you're looking to be a part of, you can, what can you take to be a part of? Please excuse my background. You finna get to 21. Okay, I'm back. So as I was saying, the way that the clan for everybody. He also made another example. He said, well, what if we go to war against some Seneca? And he's speaking from the Cherokee POV. He said, so what if we went to war against some Seneca and we got Seneca captives, male and female? So you have options, right? The clan mothers decide what go on. So he said, usually they would replace dead family members in order to keep the family alive. So this is ceremonial adoption, which means that now this person is adopted into this family and this community, they would be viewed as such and they viewed themselves as such. Now, what about the woman? What if there's a woman who, like he said, was ill clan? I'm using his examples because I would like to share this video. I'm gonna drop the video in the chat after this. So he basically was like, what if the woman is ill clan and Cherokee don't have an ill clan? Well, he was explaining that that woman would have been taken into any clan that the clan that would have been familiar to her based off ceremony, and then men from other clans would have been able to, right, marry her. She would have been able to marry other men or women, things like that. So with the clan system, with these familiar spirits, this animal spirit that people claim to have, a lot of times it's genetic, other times it's an adopted spirit, right? So this doesn't only exist for the Cherokee, but it's the same thing with each individual tribe. Even in Africa, right? Even in continental Africa, you have a clan system, and you know about it, right? Zulu is a part of the clan. That's one family that's a part of a clan system, right? But then you have the what is it, the Nahamahi, or similar to that is Shaka Mama clan, which was Elephant clan. So the clan system is right. When you want to become a part of something, you say, you know what, damn, this is what my ancestors say I was. I'm gonna get my grandma, my auntie, anybody in my family just to document this. I'm gonna get my elders to document this, and then I'm gonna take it to them and let them know this is what I want to be a part of. What can I bring to make this better? because I already see it's going to make me better, right? So I'm not asking for nothing because I see already view that this is going to make me better. But what if it's just me? As a male or a man, you can be adopted into other families. Your seed doesn't spread because the family goes through the mother's line, but you still can be a part of another family. As a woman, you can be a part of that family, but you will be seen as a mother, right? A sister, a second mom to that particular family. So all of this is the ancient way. And being the ancient way, uh it's best that these doors are, or these things, excuse me, are shown and taught to people, so they can truly understand how it works, and then how to bring it back to their family so their families understand what's going on. Now, question. But this are what do you call it? Followers of Christ, right? So she, she's still indigenous. You take that and run with it. Why allow her to be peaceful with and still show her that, hey, grandma, this is a way that we tie in, or this is a way that we can get back some of your traditions, even if you don't incorporate everything. Or grandma, you know what? Just come around and see how beautiful it was in the tribe. This is not just this is any tribe. So you talk to your family, my genealogy, I'm at a halt right now. How are you at a halt right now when your family, your bloodline is still alive? But you're looking for everybody else's records instead of looking for familiar records. Why not collect these obituaries and then start to chart your whole lineage? Chart your whole lineage. And we're talking about your direct lineage, right? Your lineal ancestry. Then chart your lineal ancestry. And then you begin to do rest. And once you do that, and you have all of these paperwork, all of this paperwork that you have so far, and all these where you have collected so far, and all these notarized affidavits that you do have, or all these consent have from your family, you put all these together in your family folder, and you bring these to one of these people. You have to have the confidence to do this. Paul, you want to take over? Anyone of y'all want to take over for about 3 minutes?
Yeah. So as Cornine was saying, McCool, he was saying about dealing with the clan system. So the clan system, which is basically that once again, you have your obituaries. You also have your family records that's within the Bible. You also have baptismal records. You also have land patents. You also have the U.S. Census. You also have court documents and everything that you use to actually build your structure of your clan system. So, with that being said, that once again, like with my nephew was saying, that dealing with those documentation is very important to have, and then that's when you can start going back doing your genealogy. And then that's when you can actually get your documentation and get it notarized and bring it to the tribe that you actually trying to petition to be a part of. So it's not that hard. It's very easy. It's very simple. People like to make things hard, but it's not hard at all. And even when you come to a short stop, don't get discouraged, because even if you don't have the obituaries, you can look at the newspaper clippings, what I'm saying, which have the obituaries in there, or even the family member program. The program have a whole lot of information in it. You know, there you go, nephew.
Here you go. Here you go, cuz. Crane, you got something?
Oh, I'm still cutting, cuz.
All right, say less. But yeah, so LOL, you alright. But yeah, dude. Basically, so y'all can open mics. Y'all can open mics. Now I'm done with my bill. I really wanted to show the video, but everything was messing up. So, is there anybody in the chat that does have questions about the clan system, how these things work? If you do already have the answers, again, asking the question would be very helpful for someone else. So I'll sit here for a while, wait for a few questions come
Hey,
through.
cousin.
Talk to me.
So how you start your family Bible?
Say it again.
How you start your family Bible? Is
I
Granny
wouldn't
them boy
say
going?
I wouldn't say well you can start a family Bible, you can get a Bible and start documenting. That's the easiest thing to do. Hey, what's up with
Right.
my phone?
I mean to ask you that the last time when I been on here on whatnot, cause you know Granny them boy not going, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Like what you
like
can
2 years.
do, like I said, you could get a book and start documenting things in there. They ask about like you get one of those Bibles that have, you get what I'm saying, the slots where they ask for your ancestry. They have birthdays, wedding dates, all that different stuff that you can actually write down in the biblical text. So you can grab you like a thick ass 1611 KJV, and they come with all of that. Right.
Right.
You
So
put
I
make
asked,
sure you put. Go ahead, cuz. Talk to
huh?
me.
I said I asked that. Then I just asking just in case, cause I ain't get to haul at my aunt yet, no whatnot. Cause my granny probably, my grandmama probably got she probably got a family Bible. She probably already did have one. I just ain't never asked. Yeah, what I say, cuz?
My bad. I was chowing down, man.
Oh
What?
shit, cuz just got past his family Bible. But like I was saying, dude, if you don't have one, you can start your own by actually grabbing one and begin to document those things. She says, Ayla says also, if your clan is no more, your elders can't. Fact. So if your clan basically is like no more, right, by name, your family, your elders actually have the power to actually bring all of that back. So that's
Preteristic.
another thing. Yeah, true. That's another thing that has to actually be taught to the people. One moment. Let me see this. Let me find real quick. One moment. It says if your grandmothers have died and one has uncles, how do they go about having a clan if their mothers are no longer here? So if that's matrilineal, the girl, right, said there's a woman whose all her matriarchs have passed away and it's only her uncle. She's the matriarch. Am I wrong? Anyone? Paul, you heard that or you read that question?
Yeah. Well, what will happen is that the daughter of the uncle, she will be actually be the one to actually start the matriarchal line of the clan mothers.
But if there's already a girl who descends from those women, she still got that bloodline. And that
But
uncle
wouldn't it be the
daughter,
older?
that uncle daughter basically would be a part of that family or become a part of that family, extending that matriarchal line. It's basically on some shit how our family, like when our cousin's mom passed, we basically ended up getting a female, an actual woman. You get what I'm saying? Another matriarch. I gave you that, right? You got that? Oh, say less. Yeah, so Yeah, facts, Paul. Facts, facts, facts. That's an actual fact. That uncle daughter actually can become a part of, well, will become a part of that bloodline to continue that line. But there's also women that's still alive. That oldest woman of that bloodline living would be uh Makawachi, basically.
So in so much words, basically my auntie Thelma be the head.
Right. Questions, questions, questions.
That niece, that niece is the granddaughter. That niece is
Facts.
the
Oh, I was on mute this whole time. My bad. Go ahead.
yeah, that niece is the granddaughter. That niece is the granddaughter. So she is still of the bloodline of the matriarch who has a son. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? You know, because he is what his mama is. You see what I'm saying?
Facts. So again, so they have, so that bloodline is still active. If those women have living female descendants, then those female descendants are the mothers of the family. There's questions, questions. Please type up the. I do got to get this too. I didn't really send some hard work, how adoption work, or anything. I need somebody to build for us for a few minutes. Get a new voice on here. Oh, everybody walked away from the phone. So, let me see.
I'm here. Hold on. I'm here. Hold on.
Oh,
I
all
hear
right.
too,
Say
cause I
less.
just in the car with the music right now, and I gotta wait till I get out the car.
Oh, say
Man,
less. Say less.
I'm getting in the car. Hold on. And you
Yeah, I don't
said
like. I
build.
don't like how they did
And you
my
said
device.
build on what?
Now I
Adoption?
was
Hold
saying,
on.
build on the clan
Basically, the
system. You
oldest
could
woman
talk
still.
about anything dealing with the clan system. Also, like adoption or anything that you want to touch on.
So yeah, definitely with the matrilineal clan system, you're gonna deal with your eldest maternal grandparent that is still living. And if there is no eldest maternal grandparent still living, you would go then to her daughters. Um, If there is no eldest daughter still living, you would then go to the daughter of that elder. If that is not possible, then you would go to the first son's daughter to be the clan mother.
So there's a question. It says, does adoption mean you will have limitations? For that question, depends. For us, no, right? For
That
the
would
Baja
depend on the
Tribal
clan's
Council, yeah, if
bylaws.
you not like, yeah, facts, but in general, they still be able to vote, right? They still actually they still will be able to run for council for us, but that depends on the family that takes them in. So that's that. that's that quote unquote limitation, right? But it is possible. Now, dealing with other folks, you don't, or as she said, as Ayla said, you wouldn't be able to vote or run for tribal council. And in that aspect, I can tell you why. There are a lot of people who may attempt to get adopted and bring their family along and try to run the coop, right? They'll try to take over some shit that's not theirs and that they technically wasn't blood related to. But in other systems, you actually would have full rights. The same like in the Cherokee tribal or clan system, they actually would also have full tribal rights, being that they would be now a part of that family. And that's only exclusive to women. Men definitely have limitations. But for the mothers, it's slightly different. Or, depending on where you go or which tribal council you deal with. So that's a great question. Paul, anybody want to touch on that? Mike, you want to touch on that?
No, that's exactly to the T.
Right. And
But
also,
definitely dealing with with the limitations that he mean, that would be pending on the bylaws of said clan or said family.
Facts, because each clan has their own law, and clan law overruled tribal law.
It's kind of like how state state law trump federal law in most cases, unless you like, do something and then you travel across state lines, then boom, you know what I mean? So it'll be like that within tribal law. The bylaws of the family uh supersede because your clan mother is gonna be the person who decides judgment.
So, got another question. And please continue to ask these questions. I'm actually free now. So, my voice will be clear. Everything should
Let's
be
see how
smooth,
we're
a little smoother. So it
what
says, what if you have a situation where all living women are married in? Now that also would depend. Anybody would like to touch on that before I touch on that? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone?
um if if the if the sisters that are married in are a part of or have tribal council or a seat in tribal council by a nation, then it would just it would the clanship would just go to the mother of the clan mothers of those. Um, Now, if they are not, I do not know. That is I have to, yeah.
Uh, I'll say this, right? So let me read it again so I can make sure that I got everything clear. So, what if you have a situation where all living women are married in? Now, this question also has two parts because you can have women that are married to men that are tribal or clan members, but those women don't engage or don't participate in anything tribal, which means that they have nothing to do with tribal affairs, so they wouldn't be a part of the class system. Their children, however, if their children do participate in tribal activities, it would be through their father's sisters, which those would be his second mothers, right? So that's a way that that can happen. And or the social society where the child still can participate in certain things through their father's line that deals with politics and economics. That's a whole nother situation, right? Now, if these women are married in and they do participate in tribal or clan activities, then these women would have a clan amongst that society and amongst that people. So if these women say there's four sisters, and these four sisters married someone from bird, deer, wolf, and bear, and all of these sisters have the same mother, then these sisters would be taken into a clan that's opposite of those, like the Panther family, or or the part of that stature, right? Or of a snake family, or a toad family, or something of that nature, right? Or one of the fish families. So that's the two answers to that question. Uh, Peace. What's good, Unc? Salute. Drop some questions about the clan system that you think some people may have, but may be shy to ask, or maybe a little afraid to ask. So please do drop those. Drop a couple comments that we make an answer, or questions that we can answer for them. Let's see. Let's see. So when you
All right.
all are working on this, oh, go ahead. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Yeah, yeah. It's it's like this, right? What most people don't talk about or speak about, right? But I'm gonna bring it up to the forefront that um when the European women was mistreated by the men of their society, some of them used to run away and actually become a member and become a band of that clan. We was actually the first women batter shelter back in those days when the Europeans came. That's how you wind up having some European women who married a tribal man and had children. Now the child would be looked at as being tribal, but her herself, she wouldn't have no input within the nation. Now she would be covered and protected by the nation, but she wouldn't have no say so.
In one instance, in not one instance, excuse me, in multiple instances, shamans definitely gave way uh to certain pressures and provided these women with clans and familiar spirits. Once you get amongst the people, you'll find out like clans, like for instance, bald potato, right, or white potato clan. Um, that clan was, or that family was given to a certain group of European women that were having children by quote unquote Muskogee men, right? Also, with the Cherokee, you see a lot of times the people get adopted, or those coming in are pushed directly into what is considered the long hair or the stranger clan. Oh shit, there you go, dagger. So certain clans were created to actually give these women powers, to where they could deal in tribal affairs. So we bridging the gap here. I hope all y'all are taking y'all notes. We are literally bridging the gap. So here we go. Peace. What's going on, family? Thank you for tuning in. So we bridging the gap. So go ahead, talk to me. Go ahead. I know you got some more to build on.
Yeah, yeah. So like nephew said, then you had like long hair clan that was actually made, and many other clans that was actually made. You know what I'm saying? Because what most people don't know is that within a tribe, listen, within a tribe, you can have over hundreds and hundreds of clans. Most people don't know that, you know.
Actual facts. Actual facts. And then how many clans got family members? So what they consider sub clans, or things that tie in.
Right. Right. And those sub clans also became known as bands as well.
Facts. And that's the day. We bridging the gap. So you have different unifications and families that created different bands. So I'll give you an example. When you look at the war that happened down in Florida, the Seminole War, you will notice that majority of the people you were running into were either one or two families. They was either the Panther family or the Bobcat family, the alligator family, excuse me, that's three. Bird family was there. But when you hear about the wars, those particular bands that were out there ended up coming from or similar families. So you may have a snake family and toad family. You may have a raven family and a wolf family. You will have your panther families and your alligator families. And you will have your raccoon families and your bear families. You'll have your deer families and your but what we saying is the
You
way
got
people
you
operate
you got
today.
you got
Now
sub
go ahead, girl.
you can have sub clans like how he just said deer. So technically, deer is technically the, the hooves clan, like anything with hooves. So there could be buffalo clan. You know, that's a part of animal with hooves. Moose clan, elk clan, stuff like that. Sub clans.
Facts. Auntie asked a beautiful question, and I know this one. These are the questions, but I'm telling you, you had to answer. Still drop it for us, cause somebody need it. So, is clans or is it are clans made up, or is clans made up of people from different tribes with the same beliefs? Absolutely not. Some families were still family, but believed other things. I'll give you a perfect example. Don Juan, our great, right? One of our great warriors. He had a clan brother that was in Carolina. Now, this clan brother that was in Carolina was a traditionalist, but Don Juan in Florida was a Christian or he was Catholic. But when the Yamasi War kicked off, and when the traditionalists called the one that was Catholic, they both whooped ass. So you still can be family and have a difference in opinion. But when mama call, is no opinions. It is what she say. This is what it is. Beautiful question. So what we got? Blue clan, like blue paint clan, blue paint clan. So with blue paint clan and panther clan and bear family, these are all the same family. Give you another
And I was
example.
gonna say blue plane is
Yeah,
bear.
give you another example with Yaha Tuscanugi, right? Tuniqui, right? When he was going to war against the quote unquote uh creeks, right? Or those creeks, the upper creeks, right? Um, he ended up making a unification with Cherokees that were coming down from Tennessee or overhill Cherokees. During this unification, he ended up taking on a Cherokee clan because he was adopted into that band. So there was a band of Cherokee and so-called Creek people that came together and were family. So when you're Cherokee, you say I'm Blue Paint family or Blue Paint clan, their mask is what? A panther. But bear and panther are what? The same family. We split a long time ago, but we're still family. So it says, what if you are a younger woman in a family that knows and documents their lineage, but doesn't practice the clan system? That means that you are a young woman that knows your lineage, you have it documented, everything is good, solidified, but you don't practice traditionally. Now, if that woman is willing to practice traditionally, it's best for her to take that amongst the family or the band or tribe that she may or her family may have been familiar with or a part of, and see what she can do to become a part of that if that is her goal. Anybody want to answer that question? Because that also is a beautiful question.
And another thing is by her not practicing the clan tradition and everything, it's a must that she go and learn because it's just like nephew asked on Facebook, what makes you your mindset? What makes you Wale? What makes you Chetaway or Airway? What makes you these people, even though you have the blood, but do you have the tradition?
Okay, I agree with that part. Um, and then with that, and then to add on to that, if you keep the records, you definitely need to go holler at your elders and let that be known. Put that in writing. Get that get that notarized. That way you are the family record keeper. But you know, that don't have to be, that don't mean that you have to necessarily partake, but you should definitely learn the ways of your family ceremonies.
Hmm. Also, but we getting this what I'm talking about. This is amazing. So this for the panel. What if you have your family history and your elders don't practice? Is the oldest woman still the matriarch within the clan system?
Yes,
Yeah,
she is.
yes,
Yes,
she is.
yes, she is.
That's still that's still gonna be somebody's big mama right there. So, so one of the kids coming up is probably gonna call her big mama, and they gonna sit down and they gonna listen to her, uh, even even if she don't practice the traditions.
Is
It, it,
is
it,
similar?
For
Oh,
instance,
pardon me, pardon me.
my mother may not practice. My mother may not partake in ceremony, but she is next in line to be the clan mother. So, will she know? Oh, certainly, she'll know through me. But will she partake? Based on religion, I don't know.
well, it just like where you had some of our family members who actually converted to Catholicism. Well, that didn't have nothing to do with their birthright.
True, true.
Okay, cool. What I was gonna say is I was gonna basically same thing. I ain't got nothing to add on to that. I do. I lied. I do. It's kind of like today. A lot of majority families who are indigenous, right? Know they are indigenous, but they don't practice. But I guarantee you, everybody know who Big Mama is. Simple fact, right? Um, that idea is what translates, or that idea is what resonates. Like Unc said, sometimes fragments of your culture is still within your family. So even though some people may not practice ancient ceremonies, there are things that go on that let you know that this is the fragments of the culture. If anybody or any one of your aunties threw a party, it's always at one house. It's always at this just one auntie house. It's always at this one grandma house. Everything that go down, cuz Reem said some real shit where they cuz say, bro, if you want to have a good day, don't go to your grandma house. There's always some shit going on at grandma house. You feel? It's always some shit going on at grandma house. So
Facts, facts.
that's
Granny,
that's the
granny
Grandma,
house,
fragment.
granny house is the
grandma
jump
house
off.
is grandma house is that's what you would call
Headquarters.
what they call Switzerland. Yeah, they call
That's
that
the council
Switzerland.
house for real.
Yeah,
Swear to
that's
God.
Switzerland. Yeah, so
Bro, I swear to God.
that's where law get put down. Yeah,
Oh my God.
so
So let's see.
um, yeah, niece just asked the question, said that
if I
if
know
you
a
were
big
from the same tribe, can you be from different clans?
Yeah,
Um,
that's one of my uncles who on her page. That's my uncle. So go ahead. I just viewed that. I got it up there. Talk to me.
yeah, yeah, um, yeah. It just like say.
Oh
say
yeah, definitely.
you say your grandmother
You could use us for example.
say your grandmother right, your grandmother, and you have your sisters, right, her daughters and everything. That's all from the same clan because you're all what your mother is, you know what I'm saying? But then you have um like you have your mama's sister, but then that's when you have your great grandmother with her children, so it goes down, so they still a part of that same clan. They're part of that same clan. So
Facts.
you got all these different branches of that same clan. You know what I'm saying? Say your grandmother had 10 daughters. All right. That's Timo Panther girls right there. And they had children. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you have to ask the question, what clan are you from? Because you can't deal with somebody from the same clan, even though you got cousins in them, which are males from the same clan. You know, now, what happens is that when that happens, you have like the uncle, right, or the auntie of another branch. Then that's when that will be like your second and your third and your fourth cousins. You can't deal with them. You go have to go outside of that clan and outside of that tribal nation in order to deal with someone.
Facts. What I will say, I want to add on to that, please continue. Please keep dropping these questions that y'all know people are going to
Quick
need
question,
the
quick
answers
question.
to.
So, like how y'all been saying, all
Go ahead,
right.
talk to me.
So, if your my aunt, she the oldest, right? Out of the girls. So once once the torch get passed from her, who he go to?
It go to the neck. It go to her daughter, her eldest daughter.
Yeah, go to the eldest daughter.
Even if the other aunt still living.
Yes,
Correct.
it goes to the
I
oldest.
Now see. Hold on, hold on. He did just make a point because um. Okay, yeah, you just made a point. It'll go to the eldest daughter of the plant of the original matriarch. Correct, right? Huh? So like
Let me so
if my
what
clan my
The-
my clan mother is my great aunt, right? But my grandmother was the firstborn daughter, and my mother is the eldest next daughter of all of the living daughters.
If this how it goes, right? Say your grandmother is the big Wachi, and she got daughters, and she passed. It goes to the oldest daughter. Now, if the oldest daughter don't want it, then it goes to the next oldest daughter. That's how that go.
right. So even if the
So
other,
then that
even
mean
if
my mama would be the
go ahead.
Yeah, if your grandmother oldest daughter don't want to be the clan mother, it would go to the next daughter, which would be your mama.
No, I'm saying that okay, so like when my when my great grandmother passed away, my my grandmother became the clan mother. She's the firstborn daughter.
Right.
But then when my grandmother passed away, it would go to my mother,
Yes.
and then that would make my the next eldest daughter the second mother.
If your mama have a daughter, then it goes to her. But if your sister don't want it, then it goes to the auntie.
Okay, all right. Well, you answer my question because that was what I'm about to ask you this now. If Auntie says she ain't wanting and she the oldest, but I still got multiple other aunts living, that still go to the daughter.
Yeah, it goes to the sister. That's right.
That's
Oh,
okay.
all right. No, all right. So that go to my other aunt.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, that's the shit, man. You got me confused now.
Yeah, Paul, you tripped me out, bro. I was like, hold on. I'm
I
It's
get
not
what you
confusing.
said.
Confused
I
at
get.
all because remember it goes from
Y'all are
mother.
confusing each other. This is too funny. And
Daughter.
that just threw me, bro. It's like,
y'all
It
doing it
goes
because of the lingo, and this shit is hilarious to me,
What you
bro.
say, Paul?
from
I ain't know that.
listen. It goes from mother to daughter
it's a
and
daughter.
daughter to daughter. That's the way how it go. But
Okay,
if your sister don't want it, then it goes to her auntie.
right, right, right.
The baton is passed on to the auntie, and
Which
then
would be
it goes from your auntie to her oldest daughter.
okay. So basically, so my auntie Thelma, right? Say for instance, she don't want to be the matriarch. So it would go to my cousin.
It would go to
But if
your
my
no.
cousin,
It would
huh?
go. It would go to her sister.
Nah, so this is where the confusion is coming in at. This I just figured it out. The confusion coming in at that word matriarch. Just because a person becomes the eldest of the family does not make them the clan mother.
Yeah, no, damn why I confused, but I just trying to make sure
Okay,
I got the
yeah,
system down pat. Why I saying basically why I saying so just like how Paul said this now, he like granny passed, that go to the oldest daughter. So if the oldest daughter don't want it, it goes to her daughter. Now if that daughter don't want it, it goes to the other sister.
Yeah,
Correct?
right. It goes
All
to the
right.
other.
All right.
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 All right. That's why I've been trying to figure out.
Now you got it.
Okay. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me
Hey, what's
see.
really real?
Hold
That
on. Let me see what
Nesman
we can.
stuff. I
Okay,
got
we
that
finna
same
get
thing
some
down
more
my lineage,
questions.
man.
Hold on. I'm finna get some more questions in here.
Up here.
Let's see. Let's see. So I want to answer this question. So this question that's on the screen.
Who
This
just tapped
is
in?
this again. I'm glad you asked this question, and I definitely know why you asked this question. So you can be Wally, you can be Wally, and you can be Yamasi, and you can be Panther Clan, and he can be Panther Clan, and even though y'all in two different tribal councils, both of you are still Panther Clan. Y'all consider each other family. So you can definitely be, or people can definitely be a part of these different clans and still having similar clans to people that they run across or that they come across. So that's a beautiful question. Let's see what else we have. It says, you ain't lying though, grandma. Okay. It says my mom just found her blood family, but only a surviving older sister, but I was raised around my pop's matriarchs. Basically, is there anything I can do with my mom matrilineal side is mostly a mystery. So, in a way, if one was raised by their father's mother, right? I'll make me an example. If if they stayed that way and were tribally, you would be technically your father's brother. His mother would raise you as her own. You would be a part of their family, hunting and providing for their family until you get your own to provide for. So that's how I want to touch on that one. It says, question, I'm Shawnee, paternal, and our system ran through the father. How does that work with my non-Simon matriarch? Okay, let's see. Or Nancy Mon matriarch. Also a great question. So this is a great question for this reason here.
Let me
Uh,
see.
uh, this is gonna take us to that Mississippian era.
Now I ain't gonna. Does this
Go ahead.
is that question? I was gonna say, does this question coincide with which tribe came first between his family?
I will answer it this way. There was a time when patrilineal people and the matrilineal people they began to merge, right? And in this system, or in these systems, if you descend from your father's line, that's the line you take. But what if my mother's line is matrilineal? Then on her side, that would be the line you take. For us, we consider it the social system, where it's basically like you operate in both systems, your mother's and your
This is a
father's
dual
system.
concept.
Facts. So like basically like the dual clan system would be okay. Well, if they don't have this, then there's a way to replace it. So in ours, you will see it by the badge of color. You may be, say if you're Shawnee and you're ill clan and your wife, or you deal with a woman that's Cherokee and she's red paint clan, that boy still has your lineage and still has your clan. But if that woman is practicing her traditions, then it also has his mother's family. So I'll give you an example. Y'all ready? Caesar Augustus, the Yamasee Cherokee king. Who was Caesar Augustus? Why was he able to say that he was Yamasee and Cherokee and speak for both people? Because his father was one and his mother was another. So the clan system again was foolproof. My father practices those traditions, and they say that I descend from my father. You descend from your father. You can practice those traditions. But my mother, so again, foolproof. That's a great question. We've been asked that question before, and I definitely had to tie it in again with Caesar Augustus. Let's see. So next in line, facts, war and politics. So peacetime or intertribal, just asking for clarification. So, is it dependent? I think he was talking about what you all speaking on. So, does the same bloodline, does the bloodline for the Chiefs work the same? Yes. So they all descend matrilineally, right? And if you are a chief, this is how it would work. A woman has a daughter, and a woman has a daughter and a son, and she is the seat holder, right? Her son would be the voice for that family with her daughter next in line. If that son, if anything happens to him, wherever it is, that mother's next son will take that seat. Now, if mother is no longer there, and it's the son and the sister is having descendants, then her son will take that seat. It wouldn't come from the father's bloodline as far as that seat for the voice. So that's how that will go. So now this right here, when it came to these migrations, the invading people, or those that were crossing the Ohio River and coming down from Asia, right? Coming down from Canada, and were coming out of that Texas Mexico area, that Gulf area, crossing these rivers. They were a patrilineal people, and somehow patriarchal, but they were patrilineal people. When they ran into the original people on this side of the rivers, they started to adopt the cultures of the women, for the simple fact that the women were losing the men. So the women losing the men, and these men implanting themselves in these women were still birthing children, which they still continued their bloodlines. So this kept, as he said, a balance, because they still were birthing children even though they were losing men. So the Lenape and their groups, all these different Algonquin groups, the Mingwe, right? The Iroquois, the Mingwe and Iroquois, same people, right? But Iroquois is the confederacy that was started by that Mingwe, right? You have the Nanakoke, right? The Shawnee, and these are the Shawnee that were not in the South, but those that were a part of those original bands. Who you have the Kuweta, Kushida, Kusa, right? Yeah, definitely Kusa. All of these different groups came invading into these lands, originally a patrilineal people, And they didn't even begin, those in the South didn't begin to adopt the clan system until they actually got to the Mississippi. And we have actual proof of this. Paul, thank you for that video where one of their chiefs, medicine men, and elders are actually explaining their creation story, but, or excuse me, a part of their migration story, which is a part of, part of the creation story, but they're explaining that they didn't even get their clans until they came amongst these women over here. And these women started to take them into their own families. So this
So I
is
had a question about this one.
That'll be talked about in the fire.
facts. Go ahead.
So so say both my parents come from matrilineal sides, but I feel like I was raised more around my dad's side. Like his side shot said to be shot, but my mom said I still have my mom, but I'm not really close with her side of the family. So will I still just be a part of that clan system, or will I be with close to the one that I'm more connected to?
In what time period?
Right. I'm about to say in what time period.
See, so, well,
And if
I
you
guess
want to,
Miss.
and if you just want to, and if you want to deal in the,
I was
I don't
thinking
know,
more
Pa.
talking
You
about
got to
more like
talk to
modern
Pa
day,
on that one, Pa Chata.
talking
Yes,
about more about
yeah,
day.
that definitely that. But what I was gonna say is again, I answered that question when I was saying if you're adopted or taken into your father's family. I think it was this question here. If you're taken into your father's family, you will be actually a part of that clan, as opposed to being a part of your mother's clan if they actually took you in, right? Now, if they don't practice and you just feel closer to that family, then you just, or excuse me, participate, excuse me, then you it's just okay. Well, I feel closer to this side of the family. They raised me. So depending again on time period or what's going on, that's how that would have worked. They would have taken you into their clan or family, and that's in the past. Today, if they aren't shata by ceremony, then they're just the family. Then again, it's just you feel closer to the family.
All right.
I would agree. If they raised you, that would be an adoption technically. If it's still like that, then that would be honored. Like he said, if they don't practice ceremony, then it don't matter. If your mother's side practices ceremony, regardless of the fact, yay or nay, that's your clan.
I wanna ask this. So Superior, do this for me. Um, what do you mean when you say no? No, it between migration from the Alabama and Mississippi. If you just clear that up for me, then I could build on that. Because the migration I'm speaking on is when they came out of Texas and out of that Rocky Mountain area, that that stretch that come down into Mexico. Because there's an ancient story, right? And that ancient story, when that explosion happened, this forced a migration of people from the west across these rivers. So the Alabama were actually the first people to encounter these Muskogean groups, and they were the first people to go to war with them. And the Muskogee was so hungry, they was going through so much, they lost so much, they warriors was on that ass that they pushed the Alabama all the way up to the Ohio River. And these same Alabama people end up encountering the Lenape as they were conquering people coming into the land. So all of this was going on around the same time at different spurts, and there were different wars that were fought that brought in these patrilineal people. So I do want to touch on that or clear that up or add to, even if I can, for anyone. Any questions? Any questions? 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 It's 10 people, so we should definitely have 10 likes. and we should have 10 people that shared this video with one person, or at least one person, right? So,
You said
any
Alabama's fighting
questions?
war on
Any
two
more
fronts.
questions? Anybody want to build? Go ahead.
You said that Alabama was fighting a war on two fronts, basically.
Facts. Because they got pushed. These people got pushed to the north, and they got chased to the north. And there's a reason they say for the creation of the green corn that the Creeks came later in so many ways. Because there's a procession that this is actually going on. So from no, nah, this what we're talking about is this time period I'm giving you is around what they consider 900 CE is when they started to come over in mass waves. Different people that were speaking the trade language or a dialect that broke off into that trade language were already here. But when you say the names of these towns in procession, it tells you that the Muspa went to see the sun, and they came following us, and they came after. If you take those words, it takes you from Hichiti to Kushida to Kowida to Kusa and Koida. So all of these eventually break off into explaining that there was a group or mass groups of people that migrated into the east in order to, and they eventually said that their goal was to conquer the land. And the reason they said that they were going to conquer the land is the same exact reason that the Lenape claimed that they said they had to conquer the land. Both of these people claim that there were already a people on the river and living on this other side. Both claim that this other side was beautiful and an amazing land full of deer, full of all type of game, and they can hunt forever. Rivers and waterfalls, mounds and buildings they had never seen before. Because those that they built are spectacular, but they didn't compare to these complexes here before they became graves. And I mean that in the total sense, because yeah, of course we had put our people on the land or in the mound, but then when the Muskogee start to conquer, when the Lenape start to conquer, they start to burn these towns and then start to build on top of the things they burned. So you'll have archaeologists to tell you that Cahokia was a center for the Mississippian era without explaining to you that there was already a quote unquote civilization there. It wasn't called Cahokia. That's named somebody else named that at that at a later time. Or you have what they call Edwa. And they say, well, Cherokee, no, they're just protecting that for somebody that left them in charge after they lost the battle. They said, we lost it. Y'all might well have this. Y'all protect it. And he said, well, what about Okmulgee mounds or Okmulgee mounds properly, right? You say, well, what about these mounds? Those mounds too were invaded by the Kusa and by other groups of people that settled in those lands. So well, people been inhabiting that land for 17,000 years. Have you toured the mound? And if you say yes, then you've been there and you've been to the relics, you've read the notes and you've read the boards, and they tell you that the Woodlands people were displaced by the Mississippians. But what is the staple of the Mississippians? Corn. It's not mound building, it's really corn. Because nobody on this side of the Mississippi had the influx of maize outside of the original Yama. They gave a little bit to the Upaha in the south, which y'all call the Appalachia. They kept some around the Cades Pond area and Crystal River area. So there's proof that this crop was here, but when these people came in, they brought it with them. And this surplus of food is what began to reunify people or started to unify people in a completely different way. Anybody want to touch on that? Anybody want to build? Okay. Again, now go ahead,
most
cuz.
tribes were. I'm answering that question. Most tribes were bilingual. They usually had a trade language that they used for barter, especially. So definitely spoke many different dialects.
Facts. So you had like how Thomas Ward would say he had prisoners of war that were quote unquote Yuchi Negroes, right? But they could understand and speak Shawnee as well as someone that was Shawnee. This exchange, right, or this understanding amongst people was enough to cause Europeans to think that these people were the same, similar to the Westo and the Yuchi. People think that they're the same, or similar to the Yuchi and the Telequili, or the Yuchi in these different groups. All of these different groups were a part of different trade systems, so it made them multilingual. This is why many people mistakenly consider the Wale to be Muskogee, because when the Europeans pulled up and they were speaking to them, they were speaking in the trade language of the people they had just went to war with. Upaha was taken down by the Muskogee. This is a fact. This is how we know who's really Wale and who's not. Because people claiming bloodlines that literally took down the queendom. So that being able to understand these languages was able to protect certain things that are now starting to be brought to the forefront today. People that did it amazingly are a handful of Yama. They were able to piece together the story, and then we were able to say, okay, this is fit, this fit, this fit. Take this out, throw that away, this fit, and now you bridging the gap. So in the East, there was a system that, forget Rome, there was a trade system through the whole East that was taken down by invaders who eventually signed the first treaties. But how were they able to do that? They knew the system of the people they were dealing with, so they started to breed into the women and operate their children in that system, and then pull their children out of that system, and then have those children to sign treaties. Is this not the same thing Europeans did? Facts. And this also separated in a certain time period. This also separated those who were Wale and those who came from other places, right? Because those who dealt with the Spanish were able to speak Spanish. So when we started dealing with the English, we had to go back up north to our actual homelands, which were now settled by other people and a mix of our people, and ask them to translate for us what those Englishmen are saying because we didn't understand English. Or when some Wale were kidnapped by the Spanish, they would use some Makoma to translate Wale into Makoma, Spanish, and Wale, so the Castilians, excuse me, can take it and then create a list or a syllabary, or excuse me, a dictionary of Wale words. But there are people who say the Wale and the Makoma didn't know each other's language. I don't know. I don't think they are who they say they are. They keep changing clans every week. But hey, who am I? You know, right? So next, questions. I got 4 more minutes. I can do 4 more minutes. We could do a 125 video. Let's see. Let's see. This question. Anybody want to touch on this? Get some water. Hold up.
Let me read it.
Okay, I'm back. So, how does
Okay.
someone know the difference between clan if animal totem, animal spirit, namesake, says namesake, messenger, etc. if they are new to reclaiming traditions? I will say this: it's best to go to the people that they're gonna do this with, or the tribal people that they're looking forward to taking them in and learning about these things and learning directly from them, and then begin to adopt or start to reclaim certain traditions, because you have to know it by way of that band. A lot of these, like Unc was saying, a lot of the tribal, a lot of the bands have their own, so you have to learn this from them. You may even have a story or certain aspects of a spirit that may differ. Here's a point: the bear in the south and the bear in the north is different. So if you learn about the bear in the South, some aspects of that bear be slightly different. So that too was an amazing and a great question. Great conversation, very enlightening. Yeah, much love, bro. Thank you for tuning in. Definitely. And everybody that tapped in, I definitely send my love to you all. And I definitely pray you have a wonderful night and day tomorrow. Because as I always say, life be life. Life is crazy, man. Life is crazy. We got room for probably two more questions. Or anybody want to touch on that? Mike, you want to touch on that? Paul, you want to answer this question?
Um, yeah, you can you can tell by different things. I heard an oral story from one of my aunts, whose family is Creek, and she don't know the other side, which is what they were trying to find. But one of the oral stories that she had told me, she said she got a grandma named Toad, and she said I asked her, I said, why they call her Grandma Toad? And she said because she used to hop around the yard and pick flowers for medicine. So that right there was a oral tradition of a spirit animal, and possibly an oral tradition of a clan member.
Facts, facts. Paul, you still there? I see Crane drop. I don't know what, cause he probably was cutting, went to go clean up and shit. Um, Reese, you got any questions? I don't want to say any other questions because you only asked one question. I think you have any questions that you would like to ask about the class system that you may or may not know, that I can answer for the people that are currently watching.
Think they're gonna answer ask about some of the same question I was ready to ask.
Say less.
One question I did want to know. I'm gonna use you for example. You say your last name is no Davis, but you know that y'all part of the cat clan. So it's like every clan like some type of animal or like a plant or something. Like how do you
Um.
know which name like is attached to what clan?
It's
Okay.
based on the
Perfect.
geography
So,
of
oh, go ahead.
your clans, the lands that they traverse.
Say it again. You just cutting out.
Like how he just said. My bad, my voice is kind of in and out. But so like he just said, the bear in the north is different from the bear in the south. So it's really what he was saying, like, is those lands are different. The bear in the south is a whole lot warmer than the bear in the north. So the bear in the north might be bigger.
Like a polar bear and a grizzly.
A grizzly might be bigger than a black bear in the south.
So facts, facts. So like, I'll give you another example. So like, and he cheated, they say Kawi or Kawikli, right? And that means that'd be like Panther people, Panther clan, right? Or in Mokoma, right? You have Iraba, right? Iraba or Iraha Somi, right? Or Irare Mali, excuse me, Irare Mali. So that's the people of such and such. Now you also would have Gawi Kuchi, Gawi Kusi. Now somebody may say Gawi Kusi, but all of this is a branch of cat. So you have the panther, then you have the bobcat, but then you have the Kowi or the Kowi. Depending on how the word is said, it's explaining the branch or the subfamily within that big family. So the big family is the big family, but there are other descendants of this family. So you may
Cousins.
again you may have wolf family and fox family.
So basically,
And
like
then
cousins.
based on the and
So
then based on the last names that you were saying, like how you said you used his last name, for example, to determine if it was Cat Clan. Man, you can actually go look up that's public record for whichever tribe that you belong to, or yeah, whichever tribe that you belong to. Go run your grandmothers, great grandmothers, run their last names and find out what surnames certain tribes, I mean certain clans belong to. They they got lists for that on certain sites and things like that. Just for pointers.
So I only was able to find like one of my mom's, like I think on her dad's said I found like one of their last name was attached to like the Easter Bearing Cherokee, but I wasn't able to find like which clan they was a part of, just the tribe.
Well, just because the name, like, okay, so like, okay, for example, uh, I got people last name West. My grandmother's maiden name is West. Um, there's West in Deer Clan. There's West in Paint Clan. There's West in Bear Clan. There's West in Bear Clan Creek. You know what I mean? So the last name don't have to just be a certain tribe. Um, what I mean is the tribe of your people, like how you said, what you say earlier,
Yeah,
Shanta? So
yeah.
if
Dad
you
said, yeah.
know if yeah, so okay, I'm just using that for example. So if your family is Chata, you could use their knowing that they're Chata, you could use their last names to kind of figure out possibly what clan. Also, you got to do some more digging on that. You got to pay attention to the trace of your family as well too.
He said, yeah, do some more tracing on the family too, like where they
Yeah,
come from.
you gotta pay attention to the trace of your family, your blood, your 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 blood type, what y'all eat. Like Red Crane said, that stuff make a difference. Like how we talked about a couple of days ago. Um, you not gonna sit up here and be a shark and eat berries. You know what I mean? Like that's just not what sharks do. Sharks eat meat. So you get what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people
stuff
gotta
like that.
stick to what they know, begin to learn. Don't jump the gun. I like don't jump the gun. Just continue to search. Don't let things come to you, bro. Don't look for things in the family. They gonna come to you. They gonna definitely come to the elders. The elders always know. That be I don't know. That's one of my sayings. I feel like they always know. But let's see.
Wait,
With that being said, that's an hour 30, 131 actually. Um, I want to end with this message. The elders always know. They know. And the one thing that you can do to save your family, the one thing you can do to save you the heartache, is please go to these people and ask. Don't ask for nothing. But ask, hey, grandma, what you used to do growing up? She'll tell you everything. Who was your favorite
Right.
cousin, grandma? Grandma, you had a favorite cousin? Learn about the family. Document your things, right? Document all this stuff that you have on Ancestry. Go print that shit. Have your elders write and let the world know that this is who they are. And you have it notarized. That's for the family. So if someone say, well, you don't have proof that you Cherokee, you hold up that paper and say, bullshit, my elders put it right here on paper.
Right.
They ain't have no white man put this on paper and document it because they already reclassified us, misclassified us, and disenfranchised us. So I'm gonna get this work directly from mine. And
Hmm.
when I get it from mine, I'm gonna be proud of it because it's mine. They didn't do it before. And it's 200 years, 100 years, 50 years, 40, 30, 20, 20, all the way down, and nobody's documented it. Why not you? One of my favorite elders, somebody I done win that teachers for, I say this all the time, told me on camera, you are chosen. I was afraid to hear it. But my question is, why not you? Why you can't be chosen for your family? If you want to be the chosen one, it ain't you. If you was never willing to give up, or if you wanted a seat, it ain't you. They know who the fire keeper or the next fire keeper will be. They're willing to pass this information on.
Big facts.
The ball is in your court. But what do I mean? Hunting and ball game are the same word. And war, hunting, and ball game are the same word. But ceremony and death and ceremony and blood and ceremony and mother are all the same word. Liberation.
Same word.
How
God's cutting. But he definitely making that point. If you know the language, you would we 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 speak what's in you, not what's on the outside of you. That blood will run through you, ran through them. You got to carry that on. Somebody got to carry that on.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you too, because you said something about blood type. So it's blood type that plays a part into figuring out your people.
Now, blood type play a part into figuring out how you need to move around it on this earth, where you came from in the region. Uh, Blood type will.
I'm not sure about my dad said, but I know through my mom we O positive.
Okay, so when you think about O positive, you need to understand that going vegan ain't gonna be your best options. You know what I mean? Like you
I
got to
already
have some
tried it and I figured
diet,
that out.
stuff like that. So that's what I meant by that. So like how uh someone said the other day, being that they anemic, they got to do certain things in order to survive. So knowing your blood type help your health and all
this
these
is
things like that.
insane, bro. My phone just turned off and turned back on, bro. They trying to get me, man.
Nah, we still in here running. We still in here holding it down.
They on your
True.
talk, cause
We
hey,
back.
cause
All right.
they on your talk right now, cause because you keep arguing with them internet.
Them agents, man.
Ah,
Hey, I'm 2 days sober,
internet
man.
gangsters.
I'm, I'm 2 days sober, man. All I
Shit,
do
them
is
boy help. Them
after
boy help. They said
Shorty,
them boy you
after
not
Shorty
argue with the
said
right
he don't
agent.
Shit.
You argue with the right agent. They say,
rap
oh yeah,
man.
he know
Listen,
too much. We got to monitor him.
that's it. It's over. I
Nah,
mean,
nah, nah,
listen,
nah.
bro.
This
When I
public
reach,
records.
listen, when I went live, for that America is Egypt video 2 years ago, and I exposed that it wasn't, and I exposed all the major players behind that shit, like from the 1700s, bro. My account got shut down. I reload the video on a new account. That bitch get 11,000 views. And then from that point, my shit went from 11,000, 5,000, 2,000, 1,000, 500, 110 views. It ain't me, it's them, cuz like you
It's that
said, bro.
algorithm.
I
Yeah, they
always
go.
do some shit and they take everything, bro.
You talking about the video where you was talking about the Tamari thing, right?
Yeah, that's an old
Yeah.
video. I
So I
definitely
remember I had seen it
re-uploaded
before
that
out of nowhere.
and added to it. I actually added to it and re-uploaded it.
I remember I seen that video
Yeah.
once because they had recommended it to me, and I never got anything else recommended from your channel after that video.
Bro, I had
Yeah.
people all across the globe telling me they've been waiting for somebody to expose this shit. So when I got into the language, I'm like, okay, y'all say America is Tamerica. And you say, you look at this map that says Tamerican. And I say, well, shit. As somebody that actually took Dutch classes, I see a fucking hyphen before that T. And a nigga like me, you know, when you see that, that don't say tough. That say hot. So a Dutch person would see it and say hot Americans. An English person would translate it as the Americans. But only a Negro would see that and say, that's a Tamerican. They talking about Tamari, like Tamari is American. Only a nigga would do that. And the only reason a nigga would do that, because you know who his teacher is? The European. When the Europeans first landed over here, the first thing they did was
That's
equated
fact.
everything to the shit that they already knew. Oh, look at these structures. Look like pyramids. Must be the Egyptians. Oh, look at how they dress. Must be the Jews. Look at
Oh,
how
they
they
summer.
dance and chant. They must be the stupid shit.
Oh, they look like
Oh,
the
they
So
already
Nigerians.
doing
all
what
of
the
this was
Africans
written
do.
into. Say it again.
I said,
I
oh,
said,
they doing
Oh, only
exactly what
thing
the
they was
Africans do.
equating the niggas with the Africans was the skin color, the hair texture, certain features. But niggas don't want to be associated with that. But they Seminole and to wear a fucking ostrich feather. I bet you don't know what. I bet you don't know why they start wearing ostrich feathers. For real, for real. We ain't talking about what no cracker put in no book neither.
how the Australians get over here? Good question.
Bro, everybody came over here but the Africans somehow. I don't know.
Fed.
Everybody. Bitch left Easter Island, made it to South America, got to the Bahamas, then came up here, then went to Cahokia. And now we
Just wait on
know
Orange
them
Fire.
as the fucking Yuchi. Like, bro, so the Yuchi can leave Easter Island and make it to fucking Ohio. But niggas can't cross the water from Africa. Ain't
Man.
no niggas leave Europe. No niggas left Europe. Nah, niggas did leave Europe. But ain't you said Europe and Africa was the same
And hold
continent?
on,
Fuck
and
me
hold
up.
on,
I,
and hold on. So
confusing
you
me.
trying to tell me that if the Yuchi came from Easter Island and they able to show that all of that water wasn't there and a land bridge to cross
Definitely
over
wasn't.
to Panama, they had a land bridge to I mean the crossover to the Yucca. So you trying to tell me that It
You
might not
found it,
possibly
and
been
you
a
found it.
land bridge
So
to get you from Africa to the Americas. Come on now, like
I don't know. I don't know. But I says this. Everybody's not mixed with everything. So there's somebody out there that don't have nothing to do with anybody that's in present day Africa. But 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 when we talk about these stories, bro, these shits are so old. Even the damn Lenape tell you that they ass came out of a certain place in Africa, bro. And you can trace it back because there are certain things that's kept on record. The Yuchi come from Polynesia. The the Olmec come from outside of Mesoamerica. Their mothers are the Yama. So their mothers come out of South America. So when we ask who, everybody's arguing over who's the real indigenous American to the Southeast, but everybody is arguing outside the fucking Southeast. So what does it really matter? Shouldn't it just be being human? Being human should
they
be
want
enough.
they want to be first.
Being someone that we can perceive on this side as a good person should be enough. Liberation should be enough.
Being able
But
to
is
get
it
your
really about
family together should
liberating
be
self?
enough.
Wait, hold on. Now talk to me, cuz. Talk to me. I need it. I need it.
I
Talk to
say
me. Talk to me.
I said getting your family together should be enough.
It should be enough. Think about liberation or liberating your family as opposed to subjugating others with this information. Think about,
Man,
not think about, begin to, and this shit better begin tomorrow. Next time you get on this stream, you better had documented something, or at least went to one of your elders to ask would they write their story, or at least write what they know about being an indigenous American. That should be enough. And with that alone, you use that. You can print it and send it to all your family members. Look, Auntie wrote down, this is what we are. And I'm going to
and
go
man,
forward with it.
for
I'm
crying
going to
out,
go forward with it. I don't have no
we
mama. I don't have no daddy. But I know these people are moving properly, whether it's Cherokee, fucking Yamasi, Shatta, Muskogee, Wale, whatever. I want to be a part. That's my fucking blood right. I'm going to go do it. And when you do it, it should be enough. You only have one of these shits. Everybody talk about they live multiple times. All this is cool, fine, dandy. Use this life to liberate your family for the next one. That way, when you come back to the same family, because you're gonna come back to the same matrilineal family, that in the next life, if your ass do get stuck here, you at least don't have the same problems that you had in this one.
right. At least you know you got your family together, and you ain't got to worry about that in the next life, if that be the
Ain't got to
case.
worry about your next life. I know it's together. True liberal, being that they kicked me off and I had to come back on, that is how I will end for tonight. Anybody on the panel do have any final thoughts that they would like to end with before I close out? That is a no.
Beat that,
So everyone, again,
beat the AC.
wait, you
What's
got
going
somebody?
on?
Go ahead, cuz.
I said, uh, dang, I don't forgot. I forgot. I said beat that. I forgot I was about to speak the language, but I forgot what I was gonna say.
So with
Uh,
that being said,
hey, I'm
I cut
not
you off
gonna
again.
lie.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, I was about to answer the question that just came up.
Go ahead, cuz. I just that. Go
Um,
ahead. Talk to me.
the question was, have you heard of the book series Indian Tribal Stories? I have not, but I I do have I have a book that I have not given away because it's kind of like, means something to me. But within that book are many different stories. Let me just say that. Whole lot of different stories from real people, real accounts, uh, what they went through, uh, where they came from, what they did, what they ate. So I do got some stuff that are written down oral traditions.
So that what he talking about is an actual book series. I put my hand on one book, but I've never read, like read or completed one. I'll put it that way. I never completed one, nor any of the books in that particular series. And that was just the one dealing with the Yakima. What is it? What is it called? One of those people up there in that northern region. Moon sent it to me. Blazing Moon. I got a cousin that worked in a hospital up there, or Inuit hospital. So it dealt with the northern region. But I've never completed the series or a book out of that. But I will say this: I'm gonna complete this video. Yeah, I'm not gonna get too much of my time today. So, much love. Please tune in tomorrow at the same new time, which is now 8 o'clock p.m. I will be on tomorrow for about 2 hours. We're gonna be outside watching football. Um,
I ain't doing nothing, baby.
so everybody, thank y'all. Much love. Please again share this video with at least one person, because I guarantee you the first hour and 30 minutes, you know someone who actually needs this video. You know someone. Oh my! And look, oh shit! I didn't even know that. He says it was released in coordination with the Indian Silver Series by the Mint. Thought interesting. Learn something new every day, right? Much love, y'all. Thank you. Peace.
Peace,
Abo
Doc.
is
Peace.
cool.